So why should you start a YouTube channel if you are 45 years or older? I might not be able to give you the right answer for this, but at least I can tell you why I started my channel, also what I gained from it, and also some of the challenges that you will face if you go down that path. I started the channel simply out of curiosity as like a side hustle to my normal, I was not even thinking about making money on it in the beginning. I picked up a drone hobby in 2016. I bought a Phantom 3 Advanced and also a Phantom 2, I think it was. And I was searching the web for videos that could help me get started with this hobby. It was a lot more complicated back then. Not as complicated as building it yourself, but it was still there was some tweaks and stuff that you needed to learn to be able to fly these machines. And I couldn't find any good tutorials explaining what I wanted to learn. So once I've learned it, I thought, why not make these videos to help others like me in the same situation. Just a little side remark here, we are at the castle right now, and this is the castle garden, and I'm just moving inside the royal premises. And this is a little bit unique. So while I'm shooting this video, I'll show you a little bit from the inside, because it's actually only July that you can enter this area. Otherwise it's guarded and closed, and you're not allowed to go here as a private person. No, but still, I was gaining some traction on this topic of drones. And at some point, this was, I was becoming monetized, and I was actually starting to make a decent amount of money on the channel. I need to start running a little bit more. So, they have a lot of plants in there, exotic plants inside this orangery. No, so I was starting to make decent money on the channel, and actually it was still a struggle to get products for reviews and all that stuff. That was not easy, so I had to use the money that I earned on the channel to go and buy all the stuff that I needed to review on the channel. So, but still, as a project manager in the IT industry, earning a somehow decent salary is not anything to brag about. It was a nice addition on top of my regular salary that I got this money from YouTube. So I thought, hey, maybe at some point I can take the plunge and jump in and make it my way of living. When I finally took the plunge, I very rapidly found out that it would not be possible for me to make a living out of my YouTube career. I'm not saying that it's not possible for you, but you just need to realize that going down the path of YouTube, you only see the successful ones. And it is very, very hard if you only have YouTube as the income stream, sort of to make enough money for you to live off your YouTube channel. So if that is your primary motivation, that you want to do YouTube because you want to earn money, I think there are easier ways to do that and spending countless hours behind the computer editing videos that nobody really watches. As a guideline, you should know that at least in the tech industry, there's a number that says around $2 for every 1,000 views. So you can calculate. It requires a ton of views to make a decent income out of ads. Let me just show you this little nice pond here. So, it's a good way. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. There's a garden in here somewhere where they grow all the vegetables that they're using inside the kitchen. Let's see if we can sneak in here to take a glimpse of that. And as I said, I'm using the Osmo Action 4 and the DJI Mic 2. So I'm kind of curious how many issues I will have with this. As I had a ton of issues when I used it the last time with the audio tracks breaking up and sort of the separate audio track that's on the transmitter that was kind of stretched in a way so it didn't fit the video track. So that was kind of a nightmare. I reached out to DJI and they suggested that I update for the latest firmware, so I've done that. So let's see if this video is becoming easier to edit. Otherwise, I am going back to my GoPro. And you might be wondering why I'm dressed up like more or less like a DJI exhibition. That's because I'm solving a task for the Danish DJI store. And in relation to that, I got this really nice vest. And apart from it, it's branded. It's really warm and really good to wear. So, so I'm using it for other than just the jobby stuffy. See, that's the entrance to the Orangerie. It's a very nice place and I live very close by. More garden over here. Okay, so you can buy trips up here where they explain what all the stuff is that they have around here. It's just extended here so we can see what's going on. Over here. There's a lot of flowers. I don't know if they're completely 100% self-sustained here, but they grow a lot of stuff that they use. But in general, it's very hard to grow a following on YouTube. It's I think I read a statistic somewhere that it's less than 0.01% that ever reaches 10,000 subscribers. So you see, it's kind of a uphill battle to start with that. But despite having a large base of subscribers, that does not necessarily warrant that you get a lot of views. So basically subscribers, they mean nothing. I have 112,000 subscribers on my main channel, but if nobody watches my videos, I don't earn any money. So having this as a full-time job with kind of so-and-so number of views on the channel, this was never going to fly. So now we're getting to an interesting part here. Up here, this is where the queen lives in the wintertime. You probably heard that her son took over here quite a while back. Maybe you didn't, but now I'm going to tell you. Her son, Frederick, he took over as our king here some while back. So the queen is not actively having any duties anymore, but she still lives in this castle in the summertime. But not right now, because if she was up there, we were not allowed to be here. So if money is not the motivation for doing YouTube, what is then? Yeah, I would say it's there are two things that will happen when you start this journey. There's maybe three things, but there's two main things that would happen. Is when you start producing videos, they will not get a lot of views. You're extremely lucky if you hit one off the bat that gets a lot of views. And then you will likely be a little bit discouraged. So either you will, sort of bite into it and start doing more videos, or after a few videos you will say, this is nothing for me. But you need to realize that it is the long run that you're in for. It's not a sprint when you're doing YouTube. It's not like TikTok, where you can fire off 1 or 2 videos and they go viral in a second. This is not going to happen with YouTube. You need to stick in there and you need to sort of educate the algorithm behind YouTube, what it is, what type of content it is that you're producing. And once it has learned that or picked that up, it will start to push your content and put it in front of viewers that are more likely to view your content. And this is, as far as I've understood, the way that everything works. YouTube can't force people to watch your content, but it can push it towards people that are likely to watch it. So if you make good content, it will, over time, take off. And another big advantage in opposed to the other machines or platforms are that YouTube is here, not forever, but if you have made a video, that can still go strong after a few years. if it has been doing well. I have one of these confrontation videos where I met a farmer outside the city. He basically just stopped by and wanted to talk to me and see if I was sort of flying or spying on his property. That video has gained enormous popularity and has gained me, I don't know, 1.6 million views alone. And it's still one of my best performing videos on the channel. So it's really, really interesting when you put in the ship and it starts to sail. And even if it's not performing right away, it can at some point start to do that. So you will either relatively fast, because you don't see fast results, you will either quit, or you will dig in and you will start to, strategize. Is it called strategized? Because for YouTube to be able to figure out what kind of content that you're doing, you're more likely to succeed if you channel your content towards a specific topic or specific area, unless you are extremely good looking or have like a charisma that's out of this world. People don't care about you when they watch your content for the first time. They haven't built a relationship to you yet, so that there's nothing in that regards that drives views. So it's basically pure information, and as YouTube is a search engine, people will most likely search for content, and the content that they're searching for, if that is yours and if that fits perfectly to their needs, you will have a happy viewer and hopefully also a subscriber, and that will contribute to the growth of the channel. Now we have been talking a lot about all the stuff surrounding YouTube, but I've not spoken about what it has actually done for me, and that's interesting, because this collaboration I just talked about with the DJI Store Denmark, I got that purely on my reputation of being sort of one of the go-to guys for YouTube in Denmark, because he was searching the web, the marketing or the CEO of the company. He was searching the web for somebody that could help him strengthen his DJI brand in Denmark. And I was popping up everywhere because I've been doing content for a long, long time. And this is why he was interested in starting a collaboration with me. So that's one thing that has come out of this. Another thing that has come out of it is that I am getting products for review free of charge. And I'm also being offered a lot of crap that I don't want to touch. And I'm also being offered stuff where they're trying to, tell me what to do with the product and what to not. And that's also not going in. But I'm getting some of the really juicy stuff, as you have seen here on the channel. I've gotten an Avata 2, I've gotten a Mavic 4 Pro and all that stuff. And that's basically because I've been on the platform for such a long time, and I've built a reputation that companies are interested in. So that's why that was possible. And this is the other place that I want to show you. Look at this. Look at this. This is called Baroque, I think it's called. It's very, very interesting way of shaping nature. Imagine if you're the apprentice and you're sent out to cut these balls and you make a mistake. Look at them, they're perfectly round. That's amazing. It's just a little sneak peek inside here. Nice flowers. Yeah, it's a nice place. If you're in the area in July, you should definitely take a chance to go and see this part of the castle, the royal castle. While we're here, let's just try out. Let's just try out if I can walk over here. If the audio is. I'm going over here. You know, this is called concave, and this is called convex. So let's see how that goes. You will get it in the raw, unspoiled version, so you can hear how the audio performed. doing that. Can't remember where. That's the problem when you're mixing content like this and you don't have any script. This is, by the way, also why I made this video, is because I'm doing an experiment. I read somewhere that YouTube is pushing raw, unedited videos more. So let's see how this video performs in a couple of weeks to see if that's actually true or not. So I'll be doing very minimal cutting. I'll be cutting out some of my breathing, I think, where that's possible. So let's just take another glimpse here. Yeah. That's a strange mix of a YouTube and Royal Castle Garden thingy, but it's definitely beautiful here. Another opportunity that arrived is because you have a present there when people are searching for you. I have been offered a lot of opportunities to do video projects, and they are not necessarily drone related. They are just like regular filming events, filming company product presentations and all that stuff. And because I've been working with video, audio and lighting for such a long time, I'm able to offer a product there that will provide them a sort of a turnkey solution where I do everything from start to end. I do like interviews with the customer, figure out what is the most important stuff that needs to be highlighted in the video. I'm recording everything and I'm editing everything and then delivering a finalized product for them. And that's good money in those jobs. And that is basically what is keeping my bread on the butter. That's not what you're saying, it's the other way around. This is one of the guard towers. There's one way to know if they're here, the royal family, or not, if this is empty. And I can confirm it's empty. So for me, starting a YouTube channel started out with the goal of getting to make a full-time income out of it. Did I achieve that? No, not from YouTube alone, but I'm heading towards, I'm not there 100% yet, but I am getting there. I'm getting there. Starting to build a business around YouTube and projects that are sort of derived from my presence on social media. Don't be discouraged not to do it. It's actually quite rewarding. Also, all the stuff that you learn, all the technical stuff that you need to mess around with to produce the videos, that's super cool. And by the way, if you're searching for software that can help you edit your videos, then I've made a tutorial that is around how to use Capcut. It's actually a Capcut tutorial for beginners. And that's produced in a very, very slow pace, so everybody can follow along, regardless of their computer skills. And that will take you from start to finish in as little as 30 minutes in very easy, understandable steps. Beautiful garden here at my disposal. Free of charge. Not completely free of charge because it's paid over our taxes. I was married over there, in this church over there. Yeah, I was married in there. It's a nice, fine little church. That's part of the castle. And you are only allowed to be married there if you are living in the area that is linked to the castle. Now I just found out that the mic 2 was frozen again. There is nothing more annoying than getting home, finding out that your audio is either missing, cracking up, or not being able to synchronize. That is simply waste of life. And that's something that you also figure out when you're doing YouTube, isn't it? You don't need the most expensive gear, that's for sure, but you need reliable gear. So you need to be able to trust what it is that you're doing, because you're spending so much time in the post-processing part of the videos that messing around with technology that doesn't work, that's simply not worth it. So just talking a little bit about the things that you're facing, technology problems, that's one thing. Another thing is that when you're getting on in front of the camera, you will experience several things. It's very, very few that feel comfortable when they're performing in front of a camera. That takes time. to get used to, and it takes time to make it natural. And it's actually a lot harder than you think. But the good thing is that in the beginning, there's not that many people that are watching your content anyway. So just, give it a whack and give it a go. And start recording different videos. Don't make them too long. For the same reason of nobody is watching them. Don't make them too long. Much better to make smaller, shorter ones. 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. And then improve between each video. That's at least would be my recommendation. And also, one thing that have helped me is that you don't need to be nervous. In the beginning, my memory was 100% linked to the record button of the camera. So every time that I pressed record, I couldn't remember anything. And that's because it's a little bit stressful to perform in front of a camera. One thing that helped me there to conquer that was to simply think that nobody is going to see what I'm recording. It's me that decides which parts of the video that's actually ending up in the final edit. And once you take that pressure off yourself, it becomes a lot easier to act natural in front of the camera. And then, of course, there's a super easy hack that you can use, is that if you don't like what it is that you're saying, then keep repeating it. So if you don't like what you're saying, keep repeating it. If you don't like what you're saying, keep repeating it. And then you can select the passage in the video. And then, of course, include some pauses. Include some pauses between each take. And then it's usually the last take that will be the one that you will end up using in your edit. Just remember, nobody sees what's on your camera unless you decide that they should see it. Also, support from friends and family. They might support you out of courtesy, but in reality, they find you a little bit odd that you will go on camera and expose yourself. They don't really understand the universe that you are trying to enter. So don't rely on family and friends to build your reputation online on YouTube. Just start out, test out what works. I advocated that you should try and hone in on a specific topic. There's a lot of opinions about that. But if you think about the search engine argumentation, it makes perfectly sense that the algorithm knows what you are known for, basically. So, but in the beginning, it doesn't matter. You can just experiment with whatever topics that you find most interesting and see and test out if that works, if it gains any traction. I've made a few food videos because I love cooking. At some point, I actually thought that I would do a cooking channel at some point, but I found out that it was way too complicated. Not complicated, but it's just cumbersome. Because if you don't have like a food studio, you need to rig everything up every time that you need to do a recording, and that's a lot of extra work. Where the setup that I have right now, I can just put myself in front of the camera and start recording. So this was a lot of rambling back and forward, and hopefully some of it made sense. At least you got a chance for a very unique glimpse inside the royal garden. I've not regretted starting YouTube, but for sure, if I knew what I knew today, I would have focused a little bit different. I was very, very keen on getting a big subscriber base on the UK-US audience, trying to build world dominance within drones. And I actually found out that I should maybe have focused more in my local language. So I have started a small Danish YouTube channel where I only speak Danish. And the reason why is that your collaboration partners are most likely not going to be international. They are most likely to be local people that wants to either support you or wants to learn from you in person. At least that's what I've experienced. I've seen a lot of interest in me teaching drones, how to fly drones for people that are less confident in this space. There's a lot of traction for that. And now video editing is coming along as well. Not everybody needs a super fancy video editing program to manage their video work. So I've developed a very simple educational program that can teach anybody to start video editing. You just heard about the tutorial that I made. That was part of that educational content, but I'm doing it in Danish. So if you have seniors plus 45-year-olds, maybe they're not seniors, to some they are. If you have those people that wants to learn to edit videos, I've made a super nice program where we go out in the morning and we shoot some drone footage, get comfortable with the drone, pick a very nice location and have some really, really nice drone footage to work with. Then we meet up in the afternoon and then we spend like 2, 3, 4 hours at the computer. And then when they're done with that course, then they can edit their own videos. How nice is that? So if you're from Denmark and you are watching this, then this might be something for you. I will make sure to leave a link in the description below with some additional information.